Hi, welcome. Today I would like to talk about the C sharp generics and how you can use them in your own programming. So let's get started. Basically, I have a class called car factory and I have a property called price and I have the constructor for the car factory. So let's say we want to make this a generic so that it can work with different types. So what we can do is we can say it needs a type T and that works fine. And what we want to do further is we want to create a type of that object and store it within the class, just as an example. And I'm going to call it public t unique. And let's just make it get and a set here, and that should work fine. And when the constructor gets called, what we want to basically do is, in this example, create an object of type T, which is a parameter here, and store it in unique. So here it is saying it cannot create this because it does not have the new constraint. So this comes to the second part where you can specify the constraints for the type and where you can say where T colon new. And this basically is saying that whenever the type T comes in, it must have a public constructor to be able to create an object. And that's pretty much all we need in this example here. So to quickly use this, I'm going to essentially create a concrete class which would inherit from this and use this car factory. So already have some code. Let me copy that code just as an illustration. And let's see what that code does. So essentially, I have a class called Corolla, and it's calling this generic, and it just gives a double as the parameter type T. And within the class itself, I print a name, which is pretty much a constant string for demonstration. It says I'm a Corolla, and it sets the unique property to be 15,000 because that's we know that the object is going to have a double unique because it's a generic. You're sending a double here. So now let's just write two lines of code to just kind of use this object and demonstrate that. So here I'm going to essentially create a Corolla object and just dump this, and it's complaining it's not using. I believe it probably needs system here. So if I use the system here, let's just see now it is able to dump the Corolla object. And here you can see when it dumps the Corolla object, the name is I'm a Corolla. Price is, we didn't set the price, and the uniqueness, the feature is it's a price of 15,000, just as an example of double. So now let's try this with just instead of a double with a separate type. So I'm going to copy some different code to demonstrate that, and I will kind of walk you through that. Basically, what we are saying is we are going to create a class called BMW and it's car factory, and it takes as for the generic parameter a class object called pricey. And within here, I'm just saying I'm a BMW, and the pricey is setting just two string literals. The list price is higher and the sale price is. And let's just use this class and see uh, we can write a quick two lines to use this class. And I'm going to do that. It says BMW, we get a new BMW and we dump the BMW. So here when we dump the new dumping of the BMW object, you can say the name is I'm a BMW, and you can see the unique is a different object because we passed in a pricey object, and that object is being dumped to show the list price and the sale price. So basically with generics, if you have some common code and essentially you can use it this way. So it does make it quite an easy because we could create a Corolla object, BMW object because they are pretty similar. The only thing that was property was that defined some kind of a unique object. And I also demonstrated how to use the constraint, the new as well. And you can actually put in more different constraints on the T, and we can actually do it like this, where it says the T has to be a class and new. And if I do that, you can see it's going to complain because double is not a class. So I didn't want to add that extra constraint to be able to use doubles as well. Thank you for watching this short screencast, and hope you have a great day. And I'm going to put this video under C# generics on my website, Gore Associates. Thanks for watching it.